I'm sure you've noticed that not only Egypt, but also Turkey, Jordan, the UAE, Saudi Arabia have all condemned Israel for bombing a hospital with hundreds dead on the ground in Gaza. Evidence, as of now at least, certainly is at best uncertain as to who is responsible. President Biden came out and said it looks like it was the other team, presumably Palestinian Islamic Jihad and or Hamas. What do the Americans do? How much consequence do you think this has for Gulf states the Americans have worked with closely as partners heretofore, and how do you handle this going forward?
First of all, I thought it was pretty remarkable that even in this country, there were so many people who were willing right from the jump to believe Hamas's side of this story.
Including some of your colleagues in Congress, absolutely.
Right, Hamas is a brutal terrorist organization. I'm not saying that that Israel hasn't made mistakes and won't make mistakes, but when Israel is saying, we know we didn't do this, and Hamas is saying Israel did it, why wouldn't we give Israel, our ally, our democratic ally, the benefit of the doubt? Now, I haven't seen the intel, but President Biden has, and to his satisfaction, it has proven the fact that Israel was not responsible. But to your broader question, yes, I was really shocked at the early statements from the Saudis and the Emiratis, amongst others, condemning Israel, laying the responsibility for the Hamas attacks at Israel's feet. And, you know, this is a region that is contemplating whether we are going to enter a new stage of good relations between the Sunni states in the Gulf and Israel. And the statement from Saudi Arabia in particular does not sound like a country that is ready to enter into a long-term political partnership with Israel, as was the hope in the days before the Hamas attack.
Now, on the other side of this, there's only one other way into Gaza. It's closed right now. It's the Rafah border crossing in Egypt. They have, as of now, not opened it. And that not only in terms of refugees, but also even in terms of humanitarian support. Egypt gets a lot of military support from the United States, a lot of aid. If that continues to be closed, should that aid be on the table?
Well, of course, there have to be consequences for our relationship with Egypt if they continue to keep this crossing closed, leading to an even worse humanitarian catastrophe than already exists inside Gaza. Listen, I have long been uncertain as to why we continue to flow $1 billion of aid to Egypt when they are in some ways one of the most politically repressive of all American partners. Upwards of 60,000 political prisoners are in jail inside Egypt. The answer I get from smart foreign policy people is that notwithstanding that horribly politically repressive record, we give Egypt money because we need Egypt to be with us when the chips are down in the region. Well, the chips are down. This is a moment of crisis. We need Egypt to be with us and with our friends in Israel and relieve the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. And if they aren't willing to do that, then I think we just have to ask ourselves exactly what is the efficacy of $1 billion of my taxpayer money going to Egypt when they are brutally repressing political speech and they are making it very difficult on us when we make requests that are important to us in a situation like this in Gaza.